says we're live. I have not pulled a card yet today. Welcome. Hello, hello. Happy Monday. Apologies for not being able to stream on Friday. That was the plan. But Thursday night, we had a large thunderstorm roll through, and it took out the power. And there were several sort of like damaged or downed lines in the area. And so we went to bed, power's still off. And we got up in the morning, power's still off. And every time I thankfully had, my phone was a pretty full charge when the power initially went out. So I was able to occasionally turn on my hotspot and check on the outage map with Georgia Power, and could see that it was not just us being affected, but essentially once they, was it Thursday night? Yes, all of Thursday night it just said assessing conditions. There was no estimated repair time at all. And so when I got up on Friday morning, it said estimated repair time 12 a.m., which is midnight, on the 22nd, which would have been Saturday. So I was like, oh, you're anticipating being off all day. So I was like, okay. So that was why I posted that there would be no stream. So we did managed to snag some ice from the store and also a couple more candles. Thankfully, we did not need the extra candles, and the power did come back on partway through the day, so we did not lose really anything, I think, from the fridge and the freezer, which is good. But yeah, so that was our adventure in candle time. But also we had some 100% beeswax candles that we were using as like the on all night in the bathroom candle, and it burned, they burn really nice and slow. So that's one of the reasons why, like, we want beeswax candles for storms. But anyway, or you want ones that have long burn time anyway. So when I was looking after the power came back on, I was like, oh, maybe I should look on Amazon and see, or because Walmart didn't have any that were labeled as beeswax. Theirs says like premium wax blend. So anyway, but yeah, so found out that the beeswax candles, my mom had snagged them at a yard sale for like $2. I think a set of 8 of them from that brand sells for like $64 on Amazon. I'm like, oh yeah, mom found a good deal. But yeah, so power's back on, although I think it was Friday night the power blipped again, and I was like, no, not again. Because we had just spent so long without power, and I was like, no. But it was fine, it just blipped. And then, but yeah, so yeah, those are expensive candles. Yes, agreed. So I told Mom if she ever found some more at a yard sale, she needs to snag them. She's like, yeah, it probably won't happen, but if it does. So but yeah, so there is the adventures of what Jules has been doing. On the other hand, I did get some books read by candlelight and by sunlight through the window. But yeah, luckily there's not been a whole lot of damage to our yard. So just a couple of like tree limbs down, that kind of stuff. But not anything super crazy, which is nice. So yeah, how about y'all? How are you doing? I feel like I haven't talked to y'all in a while, and so I'm like, anyway, but yes, how are y'all doing? Hopefully y'all are doing well. And I'll stick that back in there. So I now have pulled a card, and I'm going to find out where in the heck this book is. I still haven't figured out entirely the reasoning for how this particular guidebook is set up, but it's because I haven't read the whole thing yet. Anyway, I did read a couple of books, like I said, by candlelight, and one of them I had initially picked it up because I liked the premise, and I didn't realize it was in first person. And I'm sure I've talked to y'all before, but I have trouble with first person POV books. Often, not always, but often I have trouble because I am highly aware of the disconnect between like my brain, my choices, and the character's brain and their choices. And so I'm highly aware that like I would not choose to go down this dark alley in the middle of the night just to get home quicker. That would not be me. And so it was one of those like disconnect books. Like there was very clearly a disconnect between me and the character. And also this character was written supposed to be like really savvy young punk type character. And yet this character is constantly running into like creepy characters that eventually become the antagonists, and she doesn't get a creep vibe from them. And I'm like, if you're supposed to be so street smart, you would definitely get the creep vibe, and this is not good. So there were some things about the writing for a couple of reasons, but it shows that my analytical brain is working in terms of like when I'm reading stuff, I can pick out like where there's a disconnect, which is good because then when I'm reading back my stuff, I'm like, something's wrong here. What is this? Where's the disconnect? So that's good. Anyway, I'm just kind of rambling. Apologies, y'all. Apologies. But what are y'all hoping to get done today? I'm working. I've pulled up the same thing that I've been having so much success with the last couple of times. I have made some more, a couple other like evenings with it. So I can't remember where I was exactly when I left off with y'all last time, but doing good. Anyway, let me say hi. Becca says, hello, this week is your summer break from school, so you plan on writing and filming a bunch of reels. Nice. Yes. Excellent. Got to get that social media in. Yes. Randy, hello. Welcome. Love the avatar. Let me make it a little bit bigger so I can. Cute. Yes. Like it. Okay. Yeah, the storm was quite sudden, that's for sure. Cool Gamer says, hey, hello. Kat is here. Hey yo, hello, welcome. Coffee Crate Connect, hello. Progress is slow today, but better than nothing. So #winning. Yes, absolutely. Glad everything is okay now. Me too. Yeah, the candles were very expensive. Mama Maggie says, hello, lovelies. Hello. Welcome. CB says, hello, you're just about to have a bath. Nice. Excellent. Mom Maggie says, glad you're safe. Thank you. Me too. And it was funny, just Thursday, just after our power went out, my sister-in-law texted us from Colorado and showed us pictures of the hailstorm that had just happened at their place. So they were probably gumball sized, maybe slightly like the larger marble gumball size. I don't know what you call it. But yeah, so chances of 2 storms coming in at the same time in 2 different states. Kat says, I finished Camp Nano. Yay! Your goal was 250 words a day, totaling in 7,750 words. Only started writing Saturday, and you have 8,216 words. Yay! You're working on a fanfic for some self-care. Still writing on it. Excellent. Yay. Love that. Mom Maggie says, my friend who also carries our mail saved my life today. I was completely out of coffee and backup coffees because Fam forgot to pick it up after it didn't come in the grocery order. She regifted me a can of coffee as a thank you for loaning her prints of all my books. She doesn't drink coffee, and yet her daughter-in-law still doesn't understand that she doesn't like it after 12 years. So you were able to get some coffee. Sometimes the universe works in strange ways, but that is sad that the relationship there is still. I don't know. Like, I would think that I would remember if somebody drinks like a tea and coffee, or tea or coffee. I just always have both on hand. So I guess it's strange to me that you don't have both on hand. Maybe that's where, because maybe I'm just a maximalist in the kitchen. You have everything. That's maybe, is that also like a Southern thing? Like you have all the options because you must play the hostess. I don't know. Mom Megan says, woot woot to Kat for finishing the Nano. Her daughter-in-law, the woman, is obsessed with bringing over. Oh, okay. So it's like, you must love coffee. Here's some really good coffee. You must. I've also known some of these people. Yes. Yeah, that true. Okay. In some ways that's better. In some ways that's worse. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. So we have our card again. This is the Citadel deck, the new one that I got. And our card for the day is the Twins. And we have a pair of, I think these are going to be storks. I think. If you know what kind of bird this is, do let me know. But I think they are a variety of stork. Not 100% sure there. So, okay, it says, a quiet courtyard, the soft murmur of a nearby tea shop, the call of the songbirds, and the blazing argument shattering the peace. The twins were born at the same time, but couldn't be more different. The first, a dreamer, charming and surrounded by friends. The other, more worldly, but dogged by life's injustices and feelings of inadequacy. Each twin feels the pressure to measure up to their sibling, but that pressure is entirely internal. Neither is judging the other, only themselves. This card relates to a specific relationship in your life. You and the other person are bound together, but past traumas are blocking your ability to make this a harmonious relationship. Be kind and take time to reassess your behavior. Are you really being fair to the other person? And how are you continuing old habits or resentments? There is kindness in acknowledging that we are all human. It's very pretty, and sort of like that yin and yang aspect of things, the dark and the light, things coming together in pairings. But also, I mean, definitely, as someone who has a sibling, sibling relationships are can be wonderful, but can also be strenuous. So I get that. This doesn't want to go back in the book. There we go. Maybe. Yes. Okay. Mom Maggie says, hey, I'm glad she's pishy because now I have a really nice bag of Guatemalan French roast. Ooh, nice. Yes. All right. So hopefully you have whatever it is that you want to work on pulled up today. Hopefully you have something to hydrate with. Hopefully you're comfy. If you need an extra blanket or your fuzzy socks, maybe now is the time to go arrange that. Okay, so we need a timer. 25 minutes to start us off. We're going to start with the gray teapot. Present, share screen, teapot, share, make it big. All right, so one, if you've already been working today, save your document. If you have not made a backup of whatever project it is that you're working on this month, maybe that's something you should think about. And two, make sure you take a sip of whatever it is you're hydrating with. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 25 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. How we doing? Oh, there we go. Okay. Alrighty. Save. I did good. I just finished a page, so it's what, like 500 words ish. Estimation anyway. Although I am apparently running at the default, which apparently is point size 11, which is weird. I don't know why it's. Anyway, how are we doing? How are we doing? Did you happen to incorporate twins into your story? Since we pulled the twin card, just wondering if anybody has twins in their story. I don't at the moment, but I could always add some. So, let's see. The chamomile harvest is starting depending on what gardening zone you live in. Ooh, that could be fun. I don't know that anywhere. I don't have any chamomile plants, so I don't know if I don't know if there's some place that would like allow me to pick them. Probably not. Stacy says, hello, you're a bit late as you had to get your daughter to piano lessons. Part of me is really ready for summer to be over and to get back onto a school schedule. Schedules can be very, very comforting. And like I was just thinking this morning that since I stopped my Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday situation, since I stopped that schedule, I feel like I'm kind of out of whack with my writing, but I am still applying to day jobs and stuff. So I realized that like that schedule, if I'm treating applying and finding a day job as my current job, then I have to spend more time on that than I do with the writing, at least for now. But yeah, schedules can be very comforting. CB says you're out of the bath now. Bath. I don't know why. Bath. Enunciate it. You caved in and ordered a set of plastic drawers for your bedroom. They're arriving tomorrow. You finished Nano and Millwordy on Friday. Congratulations! That's amazing. And also, I do not judge you for ordering plastic drawers because I love a good set of drawers and organizers. So no judgment. I find that they are super helpful in organizing stuff that I don't want to get rid of yet. So now you're preparing for the 80K thing. September and October will be used for Nano and Millwordy prep. Nice. And you just read. And sometimes that's okay. Because reading is also very important to writing. Kat says, I've eaten. My stepdad brought me food since he went and had lunch with my mom on her break. Aw, that's so nice. Ooh, Rebecca got about 300 words. Nice. Excellent. Ooh, Sharon is drawing instead of writing today. Excellent. I've been thinking that I needed to draw more. And I know I had intended to have like at least one like watercolor a month. And that was what I started doing watercolors at the beginning of this year. So I did my cover painting and then I did my January. And then that was it. That was it. And then I did paint. Oh, I covered it up. I painted the Aurora Borealis in purple and green. That's behind my fall oak leaves back there. But yeah, other than that, I've just been doing my sort of like decorative monthly layouts, which haven't been super duper involved. I mean, like this one for June, I literally just like used up the washi tape. Like it wasn't very good. And May also, I did something similar. I just wanted to see what all the little windows on the tape that I ordered looked like, but I did do a little bit more. I didn't do anything for July yet. It's just like blank, so I'll have to have something to finish that up. But I did recreate an old bullet journal situation from maybe 2020, maybe 2019. I don't know, for August. So I've gotten that done, sort of. I don't know. It looks kind of empty at the moment. So I may do some more with it. But like, yeah, I've been meaning, I have all the sketchbooks, I have all the pencils, I have all the things, but I just haven't been doing any of the sketching. So I'm thinking I might need to like make a sketchbook or just like start sketching more. Because I do enjoy the process of sketching and drawing. And I'm not great at it. It takes me a while to like build up my skill again, I'm sure, because I've gone through patches where like I've not done anything for a while and then I want to do it again, and so I have to like work back up to a decent amount of skill. Ooh, Becca does have twins in your story. Nice, excellent. And that's one of the things that like I liked about this deck, is that it's more of archetype characters, and so replacing my archetype deck that I had before that has a couple of problematic things in it. So like if I pull another random 2, apparently. Oh, these were the ones we got last time, the Astronomer and the Alchemist. So apparently I haven't. Let's pull another set. So if you have an Astronomer or an Alchemist in your story, bonus points to you. The Witch, I think we also had last time. I haven't shuffled. Like, honestly, y'all, I have not shuffled. It's bad. Okay, so here's 2 that we haven't had before. We have the Gambler. I love you have all the rings and the affluence on one side, and then you have nothing, a barren hand on the other. Because that is the way that gambling does, is you're risking all of your money, and you either make it or you break it. And then you have the Air. This one's cool. I like this. I like the little details in the plants. You can actually like see the veining in there. That's cool. Got a crown. Got all the gilded fun times. So yeah, if you have an heir to a company, to an influential family, if you have somebody who has a tendency to gamble or take risks, if you have a witchy character, if you have an alchemist character, they could be the same depending on how you're doing. And if you have an astronomer, and if you have twins, if you have the full shebang, I'm going to be very, very impressed. But on the other hand, if you need a cast of characters, here's a cast of characters for you. So yeah, that's what I like about the archetype cards, is you could just like randomly pull. You can just randomly pull and there's a character. So let's see. Mom Maggie's asking about the deck. So this is the deck. I got it from the Barnes & Noble. So I'm sure that it's available elsewhere. So it Fez Inkwright, which I'm sure is probably a pseudonym. And then it's the Citadel Fantasy Oracle deck. So there's the box is gorgeous as well. So there's the preview on the back. So Fez Inkwright is who that is. And then I also thought the inside box is fun. It's got the rabbit, which I thought was very appropriate for this year. And then it's got the snake with the sword. It's got a little, I think it's supposed to be a bee on that side. So, and also bee on this side. Anyway, yes. Stacy says that you got 131 minutes. 131 words in the last 5 minutes. Nice. Before that, you were looking to see what day your kids start school. That's very important, because as July comes to a close and August arrives, there are some districts that start super early. So yeah. Kat says, my fanfic actually does have twins. Nice. Excellent. Didn't even need to add them. Nope. And Becca's twins is the next chapter is their reunion after being separated. Nice. Nice. Stacy wants to know how Becca's school is going. Maggie says, tweaking the last part of the chapter and your deputy's moral dilemma about adding gray to his perspective while realizing a mafia hitman he knows may have killed the deputy's LI is a love interest, and he's okay with it. So yes, twins, yin and yang, light and dark, really applied to this bit. Yes, true. Maggie is, yes, on the August 80K for the win train. Yes. CB says, I saw Mission Impossible Wednesday and decided that in the redraft of Stark for President, you're bringing Ethan Hunt into the mix. Why not? And you're supposedly going to see the Oppenheimer on Sunday. I've heard really good things about it. Hopefully it's as good as the hype. Morgan says, I've been reading too. You've been reading in the extra free time that I've got now that my school is out for the summer holidays. You're happy for the break from the kids as much as I love them. Right? Yes. I understand that. Becca says to Stacy, hi, really good. I got an A in your first class. Yay! But more importantly, it has taught you so much and you're really enjoying it. Excellent. Stacy says, I cannot wait to watch Good Omens on Friday. Also another good one. Yes. You want to see Oppenheimer, and our whole friend group is going to see Sound of Freedom next week. Ah, okay. I haven't heard as much about Sound of Freedom. Why? Why is my mouth not working? Words are hard. Just Eva says, hello. Hope you're having a great start to your week. Thank you. Not able to stay, but hitting the like and lurking while you're here. Excellent. Thank you. Stacy says to Becca, I'm doing pretty well. You're just so happy to finish the first draft of the family history that you started in April 2022. It's only 11K, but you have a working draft, which means you can edit something. Yay! You don't have twins, but you have Irish twin cousins who were raised as sisters. Gotcha. I will see if I can find a link for the deck, but it was Fez Ink Right again. Having something to edit is always better than a blank page. Very true. Yes. In your Nano project, you don't have twins, but you have a lot of first cousins being born in the same month. Does that count? Sure. Why not? For close family ties, you know. Zena, hello. Your characters aren't twins, but they are brothers a year apart. Okay. Again, that close family sibling tie. Yes. Your cousins were born 5 months apart, but they should have been born closer, but the older one was 2 months preemie because her mother, oh no, was dying after being burned in a car accident. Oh no. Goodness. That is, yeah, stress on the mother's body definitely has an impact on the birth and the child for sure. And the brothers have that fantastical twin vibe. Nice. Tony and Pepper have 12-year-old twins. So many of us have twins in the story. It's kind of fun. You did school earlier, handwriting only today and Thursday and on weekends, and then a full school Tuesday, Wednesday, Fridays. Handwriting, music theory, language arts, French, and history. Nice. Yeah, definitely a crazy and horrible situation. These cousins were born back in the early 1900s, and it happened in this family like 6 times. And then another family, they have 4 cousins in gestation. I mean, there's definitely something to be said for like baby fever when it goes around. It goes around for sure. SOF is the dramatized version of the Sound of Freedom is a dramatized version of the true story of the guy who left Homeland Security to stop. This one. Okay, yes. Dramatized version of the true story of the guy who left Homeland Security to stop child trafficking. 10 years ago, he was considered a hero, and now the media is attacking him. Okay. They did a whole 60-minute on him. I think I've seen clips about this, but I didn't realize that was like tied together. Okay. So they did a 60 minutes interview on him and the kids he was rescuing, but post Epstein, anyone who speaks out against crimes of Hollywood elites get canceled. Media is definitely well within the media's hands. Like there's only a couple people who own like a lot of the media, and they are fully in control of what does and doesn't get out a lot of times. And that's, yeah. Gotcha. Gotcha. The 6 times the family. Yes. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Don't forget to save. And we're going to do another sprinty sprint. We're going to do our purple 30-minute teapot. And oops, I accidentally started it. There we go. Present. Make it big. Okay. And as always, second sprint is the self-promo sprint. So if you have something that you want to promote, now is your chance to do so. Just remember that if you do not have a blue wrench of power, you will not be able to post direct links. You'll have to work around that. All right. So 1, save your document. 2, take a sip of whatever it is you're hydrating with. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take one. Here we go, 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Excellent. I've finished another page. A little bit more than a page, so that was a good one. Save. I also, during that, apparently hit whatever shortcut on your keyboard is for print. And so my printer started going. I thought, I was like, oh no, mom's printing something. No, it was just me hitting buttons that I shouldn't be hitting at the same time, typos, as it were. But anyway, so I managed to hit the stop button because I'm not at the point where I want to print this out and do hand editing on this yet. Plus, when I do that, I usually print on both sides. And it was printing just like normal, and I'm like, no, waste of paper and ink. So, oh well. It happens. I'll just cut them up and use them for like little note jot things. Anyway, don't forget the second sprint was the self-promo sprint. So if you have something you want to promote, make sure you pop that in the chat. Let me run through those. Thank you again, Mama Maggie, for doing the link parade for us. I really appreciate it. Okay. Xena was trying to do a post, but YouTube apparently censored it. I don't know. But your second latest post on that account is a piece to go with fanfic that you're currently writing. Nice. You put an @ in front of it, so maybe that's before it. Yeah, possibly. I'm not sure. Anyway, here is Xena's channel. Here is Stacy's channel. Here's the link to the Citadel Oracle cards on Amazon, so you can see them. Here is CB's channel. Here is Becca's channel. Here is Just Eva's channel. Here is Morgan's channel. Here is Cat Leo's channel. Here is Sharon Wright's channel. Here is Coffee Create Connect. Here is Randy. Here is Cool Gamer. Here is Heather. And here is our lovely Mama Maggie. So make sure that you are popping open those in a new tab and making sure that you are following those who help get your stuff done. Because that's what productivity sprints and editing videos and advice videos and all of AuthorTube is so wonderfully great at being motivational sometimes. It's a really great thing about this community is it's so motivational and so uplifting in terms of like, you can do it. Here's like good vibes and like it's just nice. Anyway, Mom Maggie says, I hope the thunderstorms aren't too bad where you are. To Heather, yeah, Florida storms. It happens. There was one this morning that lasted for like 10 minutes. Yeah, the summer storms are usually short. Frog stranglers, but short. And then Mom Maggie says that you think the Citadel deck just bumped the Folklore Oracle deck as down for your next set. Although I took a look at it and I added it to my wish list because it does look very cool. Heather says, now it's a solid sheet of gray with varying brightness in the sky. Yep. That's what happens. Terror geeks. Yes. Anything folklore trips your trigger. Yeah. And here is Mama Maggie's Amazon book page with stories from $1.99. So here is the link for Mama Maggie. And your latest release, How to Become a Crazy Cat Lady to Survive the Zompocalypse. And here's the link for that. The tragic and cautionary tale of a PhD librarian with allergies, a clatter of cats, ancient Egyptian plagues, and how the food industry turned almost everyone into never decaying zombies with an organic food preservative made of ancient fungus found in a cursed city. I love your little, what do we call this? I mean, it's a hook, but that's not, then the blurb is what's on the back. What's the terminology? Your one sentence, your elevator pitch. There we go. Yes. I thought of it just as Mama Maggie typed it in the chat. Yes, your elevator pitch. So now you might have another storm. Yes. Heather is a freelance editor specializing in line editing, copy editing, and proofreading. Sensitivity and authenticity reading is also another specialty. If you're interested in a free sample or a quote, you can send Heather a DM at the social medias. And here is the Linktree link for that. And also you have a newsletter. Last week's newsletter touched on sensitivity reading. So there's the Substack link for that. Coffee Crate Connect is headed out. Ooh, Zena almost got half the work done. Yay! And Becca is almost done with his chapter. Fantastic. See, we got 1,002 words, but this plan is a mess. They always start that way, don't they? Stacy says 228 words between being very distracted. CB says it's funny how you get a lot done while you're listening to Bon Jovi. You're not usually allowed to listen to them while you're working. Well, sometimes good music gives you the right kind of vibes. So that's why a lot of people have playlists for their stories, from what I understand. I shouldn't say that I can't do it. I should say that I have not spent a lot of time in doing playlists for my writing projects. One, because that's a rabbit hole that I'll be forever in if I start doing that, but also because I tend to create like a random playlist. In the past, when I have tried this, I create a random playlist, but then whatever song is coming on next doesn't fit the vibe of the scene. And I usually have to do non-lyric or lyrics in a language I don't understand. Because if I start listening to the lyrics, I'm just going to pop along with the lyrics, and those are the words that are going to come out of my fingers on the keyboards. So I have an issue with that. So, because my brain can do one or the other, but they can't do both. So, yes, elevator pitch was what I was looking for. Your daughter just finished her piano lessons. She'll be leaving to go pick up her sister in a few minutes. Excellent. You do have playlists for your projects, but usually you don't allow yourself to listen to Bon Jovi while you're working. Is that because you sing it? Zena says, I do have a playlist, but this month I'm not listening to music for spiritual reasons. It's kind of hard sometimes to work without music, but it does get the mind to a different and interesting state, right? Yes. And that is a thing that I have seen people talk about, is that we, our brains are more creative when we are not accepting input for other things. So like if we're not watching something or if we're not listening to things, we have time for our brain to actually like be a little bit more creative. But I've also seen like other things where like music inspires, visual inspires. That's why you have visual collages and vision boards and playlists and, all that kind of stuff. So I think it's just like, you got to find what works for you, and you got to try them all out so that, and find one that sticks. So, you cannot do total silence, which makes sense because total silence can be very creepy. Stacy tends not to make a new playlist to write to, but you will use an older playlist or pick a particular album. Mama Maggie has playlists for each work in progress. Yes. Full focus, hyper focus. You often need certain kinds of musics when I'm writing heavy action. Yeah, see, this I understand. Because I like the sort of like battle epic movie cinematic soundtrack for when I'm writing a fight scene. But my problem is that when I am writing I'm writing slower than the music is going. So by the time that they reach the crescendo of the big fight scene in the soundtrack, I'm still way behind. So the timing doesn't work for me. You start singing, yeah, yep. I understand that too. Because anything Bohemian Rhapsody, if you can forget me doing any writing whatsoever if Bohemian Rhapsody and anything Queen, if just like, yeah, anything Queen comes on, specifically Bohemian Rhapsody, but any of your other ones too. If that comes on when I am trying to write, I just have to stop because I'm going to be singing along to the entire thing. So, yes, which is why Bohemian Rhapsody is always the last song that you want to play at karaoke because it gets you an extra, 8 minutes? Anyway, okay. Let's do another sprint. Do y'all want 25 or do you want a 30? 25 or 30, and which one shall it be? Okay, Becca says 30. So do you want a Silent Rainbow record, or do you want a Becca says the farting yoga, and Mom Maggie says I want a Devon sprint. The Devon sprints are the herons, and I have a 75-second or a 75-minute, but I don't think my brain is going to do well with either of those. Let's do the cat yoga, and then we will see how we're doing in terms of extra time, because I don't want to. I know that Glory starts at 4, so we do have a little bit of extra wiggle room. Okay, so 1, save your document. 2, take a sip or a gulp of whatever it is you're hydrating with. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take one. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. How are we doing? Are we making progress? Are we making good progress? Any progress? I'm doing good. Was another good sprint. Got another page and some change. Definitely have some red squigglies in here. Some of it is like a name that I'm using. So I'm gonna have to go in and like add the name to the add the possessive to the dictionary, as it were. But yeah, doing pretty good. I think. Doing pretty good. How we doing? Okay. CB took your vital signs, blood pressure and pulse. Blood pressure is low. Okay, so how do you fix that? Is low, because I mean, there's a point where if it's too low, it's a problem. So I don't know if this, like, because I know some people combat high blood pressure, so when they say their blood pressure is low, it means they're okay. So I don't know the context in which you are saying that the blood pressure is low. Becca filmed a few reels. Excellent. Good. CB got 1,452 words. Some were copy pasted. It's okay. Rearranging things is fine. And editing as well. Like some of it, you're just going to copy it and it's fine. So Mom Maggie says, started to write your flash for the July character randomizer from last weekend. Nice. I need to go back and rewatch some of those because they're definitely fun. And I feel like I have missed out on several of those. So I need to go back and make sure I'm all caught up. You're not sure how to fix low blood pressure. For some reason, your blood pressure is low. Almost everyone in your family has high blood pressure. Yeah, I would have to Google and see what Google says, but that may be a thing that if you are consistently low, and it is a low enough number that it is medically concerning, you might want to check with your doctor about how to get it to be a more appropriate number. So Hope joined in 5 minutes ago and spent the entire time deliberating one sentence. Oh, yes, those days. But on the other hand, sometimes if you are doing that for specific word choices or stylistic thing, then you're doing line editing, so line by line, sometimes it's fine. But if it's one of those frustrating days where you're like, you just can't get the right words, I've been there. It's been a while. You need to shake off some rust. Excellent. All right. Do we want to continue with the 30s or do we want to bump it down to a 25? 20 or 35? 25 or 30. Excuse me. Brian, hello. 25 or 30? We could do the rainbow record, which is 30. We could do the turtle, which is 25. We could do one with ambient sounds, so 30-minute babbling brook or 25-minute beach waves. Anybody have a preference? I know I'm just like throwing all of the choices at you. Okay, Becca says, I'm good with either. Hope says same here. Okay. Rainbow Record says CB. All right. Present. Share screen, share screen. Make it big. All right. Okay. So again, this one is silent so that you get to choose whatever music and or silence that you wish. Okay. So reminders. 1, save your document and all of the progress, any of the progress that you have made. 2, take a sip of whatever it is you're hydrating with. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take one. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Sorry, I need to finish this sentence because I have a phrasing thing in my brain. Mm. Okay. Alrighty. Save, save, save. Okay. Things are going very well for me. So I think I finished about 5 pages today, which is really good. Very, very well done. I'm impressed with myself. It's been going well. So yeah. Oh, righty. How'd you do? Either for that sprint or overall. So you popped in and said hello and was asking what we were up to. And let's see. CB just found out that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 comes onto Disney Plus on August 2nd. It's very quickly approaching. Somehow time seems to be flying by really, really quickly. Hope got 633. Nice. Well done. Well done indeed. And Mom Maggie got 1097 on your story of Naso, the Glitter Bringer. Ooh, okay. I will. Glitter in terms of like making things sparkle, or glitter in terms of like the little plastic pieces or metal pieces that get like spread everywhere and then impossible to clean up. So are you going like, you may have explained sort of like how this works with your glitter bringer in the when you were creating the character. So maybe I need to go watch that. But yeah, so either fun little character or chaos bringer. I suspect it might be the chaos bringer. But yeah. See, we got 80 words. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. It's post-dystopia mythology. Ooh. Ooh. That could be fun. That could be very fun. CB says, I brought Thanos and the Guardians in, 2 versions each. Nice. Introducing them into the story. Excellent. All right. Okay. I'm going to save it once again. Oh, I do need to let me find 2 things. First, the tiny URL for author 2. So here's the tiny URL for the spreadsheet. And then let's see. Here is Glory's stream at 4 p.m. Okay, also at 4 p.m., HK Darkwood and Creative Sprints usually starts at 4:30. But anyway, so again, I've not been keeping up with the spreadsheet, so my apologies for that. But it is, the usuals are there, and the main the main page is the channel list. So if you ever want to explore all of AuthorTube, there it is. If you would like your channel added, don't forget to fill out the form that's on the page 1 on the first tab. First tabby tab thing. Yeah. So, all right. That's going to be it for me. I'm hoping that this Friday is going to work out and we don't have another like crazy storm that takes our power out for forever. So yeah. All right. So don't forget to save, and I will see y'all in the chats and later this week. All right. Bye.